Hey there. Welcome to your personalized deep dive. Today, we're zeroing in on something absolutely crucial for you. As a retail executive, it's all about your sales associates. And we've got a whole stack of reports here to break down. We've got empowering sales associates, the key to in-store retail success in 2025. We also have how retailers are investing in their sales associates, and some pretty interesting snippets from a piece all about shopper expectations.
One thing that I find really striking here is how all of these reports, they're pointing to a fundamental shift in the retail landscape. We're moving away from just the transactional. And it's really becoming about creating those truly engaging in-store experiences. It's about creating memorable moments that stick with shoppers long after they've left the store.
Okay, so we're talking about making an impression, a lasting impression. How do we actually do that in a way that resonates with today's shoppers? Especially as we're heading into 2025. What are the key elements that actually set a brand apart?
Well, one of the most compelling insights from the both the Kinsey State of Fashion 2025 report is this idea that physical stores, they need to offer something you simply can't get online. It's about harnessing the power of that human interaction to create a personalized and engaging experience, one that fosters genuine connections.
So we're not just selling products anymore. We're selling an experience, a feeling. And it sounds like these reports are saying that the human touch is becoming like the ultimate differentiator in this new retail landscape.
Exactly. Think about it. You can order almost anything online these days, just a few clicks. But what you can't replicate online is the expertise and guidance of a skilled sales associate, someone who understands your needs, someone who can actually help you navigate the shopping journey in a truly personalized way. And this whole idea of personalized service, it's paramount. A striking 60% of shoppers say it's their top priority when they shop in store.
Yeah, that makes total sense. Online shopping might be super convenient, but you're right. It lacks that personal touch, that sense of connection that can turn a casual shopper into a loyal customer.
Precisely.
Yeah.
And that brings us to this concept of the human side lead. Think of it this way. All those non-human aspects of retail, so that sleek website, a seamless checkout process, a well-designed store, those are becoming what we call hygienic factors. They're the baseline, the expected element.
Hygienic factors. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. So those are the basics, the essentials. What actually elevates the in-store experience beyond just the expected?
It's those genuine human interactions. That's what sets a brand apart. It's that moment when a knowledgeable sales associate provides expert advice, or maybe they anticipate your needs, or they just make you feel valued and understood. That's what creates a truly memorable experience. That's what fosters that all-important connection. And ultimately, it translates directly to your bottom line. A whopping 75% of shoppers are more likely to spend more after receiving top-notch service.
Wow, 75%. That's significant. So we're talking about a strategic investment with a very tangible return.
Absolutely. And this emphasis on the human element, it's especially pronounced among younger consumers, Gen Z and millennials in particular. These shoppers are far more likely to seek out styling advice. They want recommendations. They crave that personalized engagement that makes them feel like more than just a transaction. They want that authentic connection.
Yeah, that makes sense. They've grown up in a digital world, so those in-person interactions, they probably carry even more weight. Okay, so we've established the importance of this human touch. But let's be real. The retail industry is facing a major labor shortage. So how can retailers realistically invest in their associates when they're struggling just to find and keep staff? Isn't that a bit of a paradox?
You've hit on a critical challenge there. In fact, one of the reports cites a pretty sobering statistic. Over 20% of missed sales opportunities at a prominent U.S. retailer were directly attributed to issues with sales associate availability or inadequate engagement. So clearly there's a problem. But rather than seeing it as this insurmountable obstacle, consider it an opportunity.
An opportunity? How so?
Well, think about it. If so many retailers are struggling with this issue, imagine the competitive advantage you could gain by being the one who gets it right, by investing in your sales associates, by empowering them to deliver that exceptional service. You can really differentiate your brand and capture a significant share of the market.
Okay, I see what you mean. So how do we make this happen? How do we move beyond just recognizing the problem and start implementing real solutions? Where do we begin?
The reports we've gathered actually offer some really compelling strategies, and it all starts with a fundamental shift in how we approach training and development.
Okay, so we're talking about more than just those basic product knowledge sessions, right?
Yeah.
What does this new approach to training actually look like?
Exactly. Modern retail training needs to go beyond just memorizing product features and promotions. It's about equipping associates with the skills they need to thrive in a truly customer-centric environment. Think soft skills, things like active listening, emotional intelligence, even the ability to adapt their communication style to different customer personalities.
It sounds like we're talking about empowering associates to be more than just salespeople. They're becoming brand ambassadors, stylists, problem solvers.
That's a great way to put it. And to deliver this kind of comprehensive training effectively, we need to think about new methods. Microlearning, for example, is gaining a lot of traction these days. It's all about delivering these bite-sized training modules that can be easily accessed on mobile devices.
So it's like how we consume information in our daily lives. Quick, digestible chunks. It fits into our busy schedules. Makes sense. And I imagine technology plays a key role here as well.
Absolutely. One of the reports actually highlights a platform specifically designed for this type of training. Multimedia Plus's Insight platform. It integrates training, communication, and even task management, all into one seamless solution. Associates can access real-time product information. They can complete these interactive training modules, and they can even collaborate with their teammates, all at their fingertips.
So it's like giving each associate their own personalized toolkit to succeed.
Precisely. And by leveraging technology in this way, we free up associates from a lot of those tedious tasks, allowing them to focus on what truly matters, building relationships and delivering that exceptional customer experience.
Okay, so we've got training covered. What about incentivizing these empowered associates? How do we keep them motivated and engaged to go above and beyond those basic expectations?
That's a crucial piece of the puzzle, and it required us to rethink those traditional incentive structures. Instead of just rewarding individual sales numbers, let's shift our focus to behaviors that drive long-term customer loyalty and engagement.
So less about the immediate transaction and more about fostering those lasting relationships. What would that look like in practice?
Imagine rewarding associates for onboarding new loyalty program members, or for driving digital sales that originate from in-store interactions, or even for resolving customer issues in a way that creates genuine brand advocates.
It's about recognizing and rewarding the value they bring, beyond just closing a sale. Have you seen any brands implementing this type of approach successfully?
Absolutely. The report highlights Dior, the luxury fashion house. They actually saw a remarkable 10% boost in employee retention after implementing a performance-based rewards platform that offers these tailored experiences and perks. It's a powerful example of how investing in your employees' growth and satisfaction can have a tangible impact on both morale and your bottom line.
That's a pretty compelling case study, and it speaks to the fact that creating a more engaged and motivated workforce really goes hand in hand with delivering those exceptional customer experiences.
Exactly. When your associates feel valued and appreciated, they're more likely to go above and beyond for your customers. It's a virtuous cycle. It benefits everyone involved.
Okay, so we've talked about training, technology, and incentives. What are some other key areas retailers should focus on to really empower their associates and elevate that in-store experience?
One area that often gets overlooked is the strategic deployment of staff and the streamlining of tasks. We can actually leverage data to optimize scheduling, we can allocate staff based on traffic patterns, and we can even identify areas where human interaction has the most impact.
So we're talking about using data to make smarter decisions about staffing and operations, rather than relying on guesswork or intuition.
Precisely. Think about it. You have a wealth of information at your fingertips. Customer traffic patterns, peak shopping times, sales data by department. You even have customer feedback on individual associates. Why not harness all of that data to make strategic decisions about where and when to deploy your most valuable asset, your sales associates?
It sounds like we were talking about a more data-driven approach to retail management.
Exactly, and there are some fascinating examples of this in action. One U.S. sportswear brand saw a significant increase in sales and average basket size simply by strategically increasing staff coverage in their fitting rooms. By having more knowledgeable associates available to offer assistance, to offer styling advice and alternative suggestions, they were able to create a more personalized and engaging experience that ultimately drove sales.
That's a fantastic example of how a seemingly small change, driven by data insights, can have a ripple effect on customer behavior.
It all comes down to understanding your customers' needs and then empowering your associates to meet those needs in a personalized and impactful way. But optimizing staff deployment is just one piece of the puzzle. Streamlining tasks is equally crucial.
What do you mean by streamlining tasks?
It's about freeing up your associates' time and energy to focus on those high-value customer interactions. Think about leveraging technology to automate those mundane tasks, like inventory management, merchandising, even returns.
So things like RFID technology, self-checkout kiosks, and automated systems for handling online order pickups.
Exactly. By automating those tasks, you're giving your associates more time to engage with customers, to offer personalized recommendations, and to build those all-important relationships.
Okay, so it's all about using technology strategically to handle the routine tasks, while empowering associates to focus on the human element, those personal interactions that make a real difference.
Precisely. It's about creating this harmonious blend of technology and human touch, where each element complements and enhances the other, to create a seamless and engaging retail experience.
This deep dive has been incredibly insightful so far. We've explored the evolving role of the sales associate, the need for comprehensive training, the power of technology, and the importance of data-driven decision-making. As we wrap up this segment, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on what all of this means for retail executives like our listener. What are the key takeaways here? What should they be focusing on as they plan for the future of their businesses?
I think the most important takeaway is this. In a world where online shopping is becoming increasingly prevalent, investing in your sales associates is no longer optional. It's a strategic imperative for creating a differentiated in-store experience and ensuring your brand's future success.
It's not just about keeping up with the competition. It's about redefining what retail means in this new landscape,
Yeah,
where the digital and the physical worlds are so intertwined.
exactly. And that redefinition, it really hinges on recognizing the value of your frontline staff. Your sales associates are the human face of your brand. They're the ones who can forge those authentic connections, the ones who can turn casual shoppers into loyal advocates.
So how do we as retail executives, how do we actually make this shift? How do we move beyond just acknowledging the importance of our associates and start taking those concrete steps?
To empower them.
It starts with a commitment to continuous learning and development. The reports we've been looking at, they highlight a whole range of approaches, from those micro-learning platforms to immersive training simulations. And of course, technology has a key role to play here as well.
Absolutely. Think about tools like Multimedia Plus's Insight platform. It's a prime example of how technology can streamline training and communication, even task management, giving your associates the resources they need to excel.
It's about giving them the tools and the knowledge to not just sell products, but to truly connect with those customers.
Precisely. And that connection, that human touch, that's what creates a lasting impression. It's what sets your brand apart in a crowded marketplace.
We've also talked about the importance of incentives, moving beyond those traditional sales-based metrics, and rewarding behaviors that drive customer loyalty and engagement.
Yeah, think about it. Rewarding associates for building relationships, for providing exceptional service, for going above and beyond to create that positive experience. These are the actions that build long-term value for your brand.
It's about recognizing that investing in your employees is an investment in the future of your business.
Absolutely, and the reports highlight some pretty compelling case studies. Brands like Dior, for instance, they've seen significant improvements in employee retention and performance by adopting this very approach.
It's about creating a culture where your associates feel valued, appreciated, and empowered to do their best work.
Precisely, and that in turn translates into a better experience for your customers, stronger brand loyalty, and ultimately a more successful business.
We've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, from the evolving role of sales associates to the power of data-driven decision-making. But as we wrap up, I want to leave our listener with one final thought to ponder.
In the race to embrace new technologies and online strategies, don't forget the human element. That lies at the heart of retail.
It's a powerful reminder.
Your sales associates are your greatest asset. Invest in their development, empower them to succeed, and watch your brand flourish.
This has been an incredibly insightful deep dive. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to exploring more key insights with you in the future.